Today we're taking a look at Toledo vs Richmond match, which is happening on Wednesday, March 17, 2021 at 7 p.m. EDT, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. The Toledo Rockets and Richmond Spiders face off on Wednesday in a knit college basketball showdown at UNT Coliseum. The Toledo Rockets have had a good season, but they have to be disappointed they couldn't get the job done in the MAC tournament. In the last game against Ohio, the offense scored 80 points and the defense gave up 87 points. Toledo on the season is averaging 81.6 points per game while their defense is giving up 72.5 points. Toledo is shooting 45.8% from the field and 37.7% from behind the three-point line. Marron Jackson has been the best player for Toledo, averaging 18.4 points per game while shooting 40.6% from the field and 35.1% from behind the three-point line. On the other side of this matchup is the Richmond Spiders, who sit with a 13-8 record overall, but they have lost 3 games in a row. In the last game against Duquesne, the offense could only manage 62 points and that led to a 5-point victory. Richmond on the season is averaging 75 points per game while their defense is giving up 69.2 points per game. Richmond is shooting 47.4% from the field and 35.4% from behind the three-point line. Blake Francis has been the best player for Richmond, averaging 16.1 points while shooting 42.4% from the field and 36% from behind the three-point line. The Toledo Rockets look for a win after winning 10 of their last 14 games. The Toledo Rockets are averaging 81.3 points on 45.8% shooting and allowing 71.4 points on 42.1% shooting. Marron Jackson is averaging 18.4 points and 6.1 rebounds while Ryan Rollins is averaging 13.5 points and 5.3 rebounds. Spencer Littleson is the third double-digit scorer and Cedric Milner Jr. is grabbing 6.8 rebounds. The Toledo Rockets are shooting 38.6% from beyond the arc and 78.5% from the free throw line. The Toledo Rockets are allowing 29% shooting from deep and are grabbing 33.9 rebounds per game. The Richmond Spiders look to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Richmond Spiders are averaging 75.6 points on 47.9% shooting and allowing 69.3 points on 46.3% shooting. Blake Francis is averaging 16.1 points and 2.3 rebounds while Grant Golden is averaging 12.7 points and 6 rebounds. Nathan Kayo is the third double-digit scorer and Tyler Burton is grabbing 7.7 rebounds. The Richmond Spiders are shooting 35.7% from beyond the arc and 73.5% from the free throw line. The Richmond Spiders are allowing 32% shooting from deep and are grabbing 28.1 rebounds per game. The Toledo Rockets won a school record 15 conference games en route to a 21-win season, but a loss to the Ohio Bobcats in the MAC tournament ended their NCAA tournament hopes. The Rockets are one of 3 20-win teams in the 16-team NIT this season, and they are tied with Louisiana Tech with the most wins in the field. Toledo was nearly upset in the first round of the MAC tournament, as they had to go to overtime to defeat the Ball State Cardinals by a score of 91-89. The Rockets were 5-3 this season in their non-conference schedule. They have beaten 2 teams this season that have qualified for the NCAA tournament, Cleveland State and Ohio. The Rockets come into round 1 of the NIT having won 5 of their last 7 games overall. In their loss to the Bobcats in the conference tournament, Toledo never led in the game, as they trailed by as many as 18 points. The Rockets shot 47.7% from the floor, but they were just 6-29 from three-point range. Toledo was 12-14 from the foul line, but they were out-rebounded 42-33 in the game. Martin Jackson had a game-high 29 points to lead the way, while Cedric Milner Jr. added a career-high 26 points in the loss. The Rockets played just 7 players in the game, and they got just 3 points from their bench. Obviously, it's a disappointing and tough loss for us, head coach Todd Kowalczyk said on uTrooklets.com. A big key was how they started the game shooting. Early on they made some deep threes, some contested threes. Give Ohio credit for making their shots. They're a good team. They played better than us today. Jackson leads 5 Toledo players in double figures with an average of 18.4 points per game this season, while Ryan Rollins and Spencer Littleson average 13.5 points apiece. Milner Jr. and JT Shumate add 12.9 and 11.5 points per game, respectively. Jackson, Rollins, Littleson, and Milner Jr. have all played in every game and average over 30 minutes per game. The Rockets are one of the highest scoring teams in the country this season, as they rank 14th in the NCAA with an average of 81.6 points per game. They are shooting 45.8% from the floor and 37.7% from three-point range. Defensively, Toledo is giving up 72.5 points per game, while their opponents are shooting 42.4% from the floor and 29.5% from three-point range. So here are my 3 betting suggestions for that game. The Rockets are 5-2 ATS in their last 7 Wednesday games and 20-9 ATS in their last 29 games overall. The Spiders are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 neutral site games and 1-4-1 ATS in their last 6 games overall. The over is 4-0 in Rockets' last 4 overall. The under is 4-0 in Spiders' last 4 overall. The Richmond Spiders are the more proven team given the conference they're in, but they ended the season with a real dud and can be hit or miss at times defensively. The Toledo Rockets are a team that's used to winning in their 20-9 against the spread. Toledo is winning its last 5 games by an average of 11.8 points while shooting 48% from the field. I get the feeling Toledo will be the more motivated team here. I'll grab the free bucket. My first betting advice for you is to pick Toledo Rockets plus 2.5. The Toledo Rockets have one of the best records of any team that didn't make the NCAA tournament, and they will be out to prove that they belong in the big dance. Richmond has lost 3 straight games, and their top 2 scorers may be out with injuries. The Rockets have one of the best offensive teams in the country. Despite having 3 starters that are 6 feet 7 inches or taller, the Spiders are a horrible rebounding team, so look for the Rockets to win the rebounding battle, and get a lot more second chance opportunities in this game. Toledo has covered the spread in 20 of their 29 games this season, and you can expect them to cover the spread again. My second betting advice for you is to pick the Richmond Spiders on the money line. Toledo is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games as an underdog. The over is 4-0 in Toledo's last 4 games overall. The over is 4-0 in Toledo's last 4 games as an underdog. The under is 4-0 in Richmond's last 4 games overall. Toledo is 20-9 against the spread in their last 29 games overall. Toledo doesn't play any defense, but they can score, and there is going to be no shortage of scoring in this game. Look for a high-scoring affair that goes well over the total. Back the over to cash with ease. My third betting advice for you is to pick over. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.